All right, here's your quick video on what to do with the AI program. All right, bring on your PRG blocks. I want you to clear this sprite out, bring in the sprites that you want to use. I am just picking some random ones, and I'm going to show you why. All right, I want you to select a background. Okay, now we're going to code one sprite at a time. So I'm going to go ahead and work with this one first. I'm going to save this. I'm going to do this one. All right. So once you get your sprites in your background, you bring over your face sensing and your body sensing because you might be using that. So this is what it looks like with the camera on. I want you to bring over this set video transparency because right now it's at 50%. When you're running the program, you're going to want it at 80%. So the video part is a lot lighter. But if you place it on 100%, the camera will stay on so you can test it, but all you see is the background. So that's what I'm going to start with. Bring over an event block. Green flag is clicked. My transparency is set to 100 so you're not seeing through it. I am going to need a control block of forever. And I'm going to need my if-then statement on the inside. I'm going to do the baseball and I'm going to show stress. I'm going to bring over expressing smile block, but I'm going to change this to eyebrow furrow. So that's just when you're kind of, it's like squinting in a sense. So when this is true and my AI technology is picking that up, I am going to have the ball show, and it's going to do some things. If I'm not showing this, it is going to hide. All right. I think a good example of stress would have this ball going all over the screen at a random position really fast. So bring over go to random position, bring over the repeat block, test out a repeat of 10. Now we'll go a little longer, make that a 20. I think that's pretty good. Repeat of 20. I'm not going to put a weight block in there because I think if I'm going to express stress, having it go really fast is good. Now, for someone to understand that's what stress is, I'm going to come to looks, bring over a say or think block, place it underneath the repeat block, not inside of it, because I don't want this repeating 20 times. I want it to repeat after it's moved around. So I'm saying this is what stress feels like to me. What you say about the feeling or emotion you're expressing is up to you, but that way you know this is stress. Let's test it out. All right. Works great. Works great. Now, bare minimum. Do this 3 times for all your sprites. I'm going to be honest, that's like a 70 because you're copying me straight up. You haven't done anything else. You could do some random costume changes, like on my other example where I changed the color to show anger and said that. Different things. Now, to help you out with these other ones, I want you to double or right click so it's 2 fingers on the mouse pad, duplicate, set it right here. Drag this down to something else. Check it. Look, there's the code. Go back to the original. Delete that. Now I'm coming back over to the bear. I don't want the set video transparency on all of my sprites because if you decide to change it to 80, you might forget to change it on the other ones. I'm not going to use the same expression. I'm going to use something different. I'm going to use nose wrinkle. I think that would be a pretty good one for anger because it's a bear, and a bear has a costume where it changes. Rawr, it's angry. So I am going to change that. I'm going to want my bear to show, but I'm going to always want my costume A to show first. So I am going to tell it to be costume A when it shows. I don't need it going to a random place, so I am taking that out. I don't want it to say I feel like stress. I'm going to get rid of that. I do want it to hide when I'm not doing the nose wrinkle. So now what I'm going to do is I want him to change costumes from A to B. I want it to be specific. If I use this next costume, this is what he does. It's automatic. I want to control when he's doing what. So that's costume A. So I want him to switch to costume B, but I'm going to have it wait because it's going to be at costume 8. It's going to show. I'm going to have it wait a very short moment, like 0.2. Then I want it to switch to costume B, and that, when it's standing up, I'm going to have him say, sometimes I feel angry. Oh, I think it'd be fun. Oops. Started out with grr. Okay. Then I'm going to have it wait another 0.2 seconds. And it can always repeat itself if I'm still showing that. Otherwise, when I stop, it'll hide. Here we go. So I got to be kind of careful. I get the eyebrow thing when I do the nose wrinkle. Okay. So the two I have are very similar. All right, so that's that one. Now, still very basic block. One of the things you have to think about, if I was using something with the bear and I want him to spin, anything that has an upright position that needs to be in a 90-degree position, you have to think about that when you're doing motion. So let me show you right here. If you're rotating something and you've got it in a control repeat block like this, look how he just ends like that. Even if I do this at more or a higher number, he still doesn't land correctly because he's stuck in this 30-degree direction. Anything that you spin, you got to think about the direction it needs to point in so it ends in the correct position. So if you're going to do something, and let's say the bear is like, I'm angry, I'm upset, you want to make sure he lands in the correct position. This would be something I would use up here. Just pretend I want it right there. And see, and he hit pretty fast because what I would do there, I would have a weight block with the idea that I might continue the facial expression. Anytime you add new blocks and make a change, click the stop little red button, then click start again. All right, very basic idea. This is where you're adding something else. I'm looking for a good story. All right, the end.